Evidence Leader is cooking Andrea Johnson very hard today at Madlanga. Grab your popcorn and see what happened that shocked the public. And please don't forget to subscribe for more news like this.
Of that hand, no, are you a part thereof? Is that what you're suggesting?
Correct.
But that potentially your investigator, starting with Mr. Perumal, could potentially be involved in that or have knowledge of that underhand.
And have knowledge of things that we didn't have knowledge of.
It sounds like you are you throwing your investigators under the bus, or am I misreading you?
You're absolutely misreading.
Please help me.
Because we have to work on who was responsible. I've asked a whole lot of them. If the last person there is Perumal, it means Perumal must account. If the issue was it was Mr. Padiachi, I would have indicated Mr. Padiachi has to account, together with myself. And so it's about, Council, we've agreed that if there's items on which I myself do not have direct knowledge, we should make sure that those who have the direct knowledge are at least mentioned to the Commission. I'm saying it is in that light that we'd have to ask Mr. Perumal.
Can I just follow up on that answer? But in fact, it was going to be a follow-up on your answer to the chairperson earlier. But now that you've said it, you must have direct knowledge because you were briefed before you approved this summons. So you're the right person to look to give an explanation on your summons. We're not at the point where we are asking Mr. Perumal what informed him including it in the summons. That's not the discussion we are having. The discussion we are having is why did you approve it in the summons? So you must have had knowledge of what this is about. You said to the chair at the end of your discussion, you said, yeah, Chair, I don't have a reasonable explanation for this as matters stand. I think, speaking for myself, I'm interested in the explanation, reasonable or unreasonable. There is an explanation for this. You must have an explanation for this. So the topic doesn't end at, well, I don't have a reasonable explanation, I see I messed up. You must have an explanation what was going on when you approved this. And it is that explanation that you are not giving us, and it's, in my view, it's not satisfactory an answer. It's not a satisfactory answer for you to say that I must still speak to Perumal, because he could cook up anything. At this point, I'm not interested in what Mr. Perumal tells you because of what you signed off. I'm interested in why did you sign it off. So that's the first point. And so you haven't yet given us an answer, but I think you do have an explanation, you just have not given it to us. A second point, and I say this, if you want to comment you can, but I just want to list my concerns. A second point is, having signed off on the summons, which has paragraph 6 in it, your answer, whether to the ad hoc committee or to us, that you were not aware of an investigation into the PKTT in the face of this summons is not correct. It could not have been correct unless you said to us, I signed without reading the summons. And that's not what you have said, right? No. You have told us, I read it and I got a briefing on it. So just from reading, even without a briefing, from reading this which is put before you, you would have known that there is an investigation of the PKTT, even if it is limited to promotions. And even if we said it is limited to promotions, you would have known on the day that you signed this that there is an investigation. And where you represent that, or where you answered that I'm not aware of the PKTT and of an investigation against them, that answer was not correct, as your summons tells us. In fact, I think if I speak frankly, that answer was false when you gave it. And the falsity is evidenced by paragraph 6 of your summons. Do you want to comment? I do have a last direct question that I would like to ask you, but do you have any comment on these two that I'm putting to you?
Commissioner Baloy, I honestly said I was unaware of a PKTT investigation. I understand it's not reconciling with this and why I signed it. I, however, have to take responsibility for having signed this.
Let me ask you, lastly, my direct question. Sorry.
Yeah, I just want to correct you. There's a nuance between you were not aware of a PKTT investigation and there was no PKTT investigation. IDEC was not investigating the PKTT. Just now, you said you were not aware of an investigation. Big difference. Okay. Do you agree with me?
I agree. What I wanted to convey when I came back was I checked with the project manager. There is no PKTT investigation. I checked with Mr. Padiachi, there's no PKTT investigation.
But you say...
And I am also not aware of a PKTT investigation.
Yes. Crucially, you said, when I engaged you, you said, as at the time you signed, there was no PKTT
investigation.
That's a very important distinction.
All right. Thank you. Now my direct question to you. Outside of a briefing by Chief Perumal to do with this summons.
No, you don't have to touch it for now.
No file. For now, which
for
one
now,
was
no
that?
file.
Okay.
I will indicate.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair. Yesterday, we went through the list of documents that were outstanding, chief amongst which is the inquiry file following the Section 27 affidavit by Mr. Adams.
Correct.
And other outstanding documents.
Correct.
We haven't received anything since we last engaged. Are you able to indicate where we stand on those? And those documents are not only relevant for engagement with you, but for all witnesses within what we term the IDEC stream. So they would still be required.
Chair and Commissioners, Council, I understand. As of yesterday, I do not hold an official position. I am not the ID. Chair, out of respect for the Commission as well, I made sure that we shared the presidential minute with the evidence leader so that was very apparent and signed. So it had then become difficult to procure the documents in the manner I would have. What I did indicate, Council, is that when I am not there, the next person to be able to approach for documents would be Mr. Matthew Sissoko. He is the head of operations at IDEC, and in terms of the structure, falls immediately below the investigating director. And why I made that suggestion, Chair, is I do not want that there be a break in how the Commission does its work and how it is able to access documents. I therefore make that suggestion, Council, so that the work of the Commission is not held up.
Just to confirm, before you vacated office, did you make a formal instruction to Mr. Sissoko or whoever would be next in command to act upon the Commission's request? Or is that something that we will have to do all over again? I did call a team meeting on Friday in order to also get information that was requested, amongst others, the A1 statement of Adams. That is how I got it. I did make the request there. Advocate Ramsamy was not in that meeting, and the project manager undertook
that he will find out from her if she has that file. Given that I had done that, I will just send Mr. Sissoko a reminder as soon as we have an adjournment to please follow up on that process. He was part of that meeting, Chair, on Friday, and so would therefore be acquainted.
Just a quick one. Who is the project manager? You referenced the project manager. Can you attach a name?
He is Mr. Tlale.
Mr. Tlale.
T-L-A-L-E.
Thank you.
Chair, perhaps this will assist as well. We get instructions from a representative of the NPA, Mr. Mthunzi Maga. Now, in the wake of Ms. Johnson's departure from office, he has undertaken to follow up on these documents in keeping with the relevant protocols within IDEC and the NPA. We will report to the other side, perhaps after lunch, if we do not have anything immediately after tea. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bodlani.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Mr. Bodlani, and thank you, Advocate Johnson. Advocate Johnson, yesterday when we parted, we had dealt with the 4 supplementary statements